there was like a mob of people from the town. Like I'm talking pitchforks and
like
fire.
an actual mob.
They're outside the house.
Canceled in real life too.
Yeah, they're outside the house yelling at me because I left the basement door open. They're like, you left the basement door open. Now there's a stadium in our town.
It's all your fault. You should have just closed the door.
So I'm getting chased by this mob outside my house. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Bum 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 bum. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Bum 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 bum. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen.
So you know.
That's all I'd really know. Yeah.
Adjust my mic, making sure I don't speak directly into it, but it also picks up my voice.
I think it'll be fine, right?
I don't know. We've been having mic issues. So the first couple episodes, we were still trying to figure out the mic issues. So I apologize for the wonky audio. But we're back with another episode of ShinoBroz podcast. I'm Sly.
I'm Wade.
And we're ShinoBroz.
And we're
Fusion. No, people are gonna get mixed up. We're gonna swap around a lot. It might not always be me. It might not always be Wade. We're just whoever's available. All right. We're just trying to make content as a group of friends. Because Thrash canceled on us today. You loser, we gotta go to church. Ooh, the Lord. Okay. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that.
getting aggressive. It's okay, Thrash.
We respect your religious views and beliefs. But,
yes.
No. Let's argue.
But you're missing a bomb-ass episode, though. And I'm wearing a Doctor Strange shirt. Does that make you jealous?
Could have been here talking about Marvel, but no.
Yeah, actually, we're not going to talk about Marvel today. The theme for today
is... but before we get into...
okay, never mind.
This episode will drop on the 16th of June. I believe that's Father's Day.
I believe that's what you said, yes.
I believe it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, except for you deadbeats.
Except for...
as Kendrick said, yeah, Drake, you're deadbeat. He said that.
Happy Father's Day to everyone except for Drake.
Yeah, Drake hiding your kids, you deadbeat. All right, yeah, he's gonna
allegedly.
He's gonna cease and desist this. Was it
cease and desist?
And desist this podcast. No, we can get to that later.
You can get into that with Jericho. I don't know that much about that stuff.
Drake lost. I don't care what anyone says. Drake
I believe
lost. I believe that Drake should have just kept quiet. That last track he released shot himself in the foot.
Yeah, it was kind of.
And then
boring.
Kendrick's just like, you know what? I'm done.
He said, I don't need any of that.
But anyway,
you just ended your own career.
Yeah. But that's like old news. This is way late, so we're out of the loop now.
Yeah.
No one cares about it anymore. But today, our theme, I guess, will be, dreams. Can it be?
Hell yeah, it's gonna be like dreams and shit. What did you tell me before?
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
What you told me that you did before?
Okay. Wait, no. You had a dream. Oh no, was it Thrash?
I have lots of dreams.
No, you said
Thrash. Or no, in the group chat. If Thrash was gonna join, I said, or he did have a dream because I said, "Hey, come on the podcast because we're gonna talk about dreams and shit." Am I allowed to say? Am I allowed to curse?
I don't care.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
It's not for
what
kids.
It was.
I have to click not for children every time I upload.
Yeah. Okay. But he had a dream. I don't remember what it was about, but I said, hey, this week's podcast will be perfect for that because of your thing that you're going to talk about. Plus, it kind of ties into dreams and stuff. Mm-hmm. So we could talk about that and it would all be one. And he's like, oh, how about next week?
Well,
which is fine because we want you on. We want you on. We're just messing with you.
You can still talk about it, but we're gonna be passive.
Yeah. It won't be in a themed episode. It'll be
we just talk about random whatever, anyways.
Yeah.
But no. So I had this crazy dream, and it led to a very scary experience. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of scary. It was terrifying. So, anyways, so me and Brooke, my girlfriend, we had this. We got this house, and her parents, we all got this house, right? We bought this house, and we're all living together. But for some reason, as we're checking the house out, the basement of it was Five Nights at Freddy's. like you walk down, and then the stage, like the animatronics, they're just there. But it was like
in your dream. Yeah. I thought you were talking about like real life. I was like,
no, I'm telling you, no. This
I was
like,
it kind of was like real life.
No.
Okay, because I was like, what? I've never been there. Well, you gotta show me the stage.
No, this is all in my dream.
Okay.
No, my where I'm living now is not big enough for that stage. But no, so in the dream, we bought this house. Me, Brooke, and our parents, we bought this house. We're all living together, and the basement portion was Five Nights at Freddy's for some reason. It was weird. Because it's been so long, I didn't take good notes. Anytime I have a dream, I take notes, but I take it as soon as like I wake up, so I don't forget, and it's all gibberish. I just be typing things sometimes because I'm like foggy, so the notes are not good. They're spark notes that aren't really
downstairs. The
downstairs, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Stage, 5 nights.
But yeah. So the basement was Five Nights at Freddy's. As the day goes on, I guess everyone went to work or whatever, and I'm about to go to work. I decide, you know what? I'm gonna take a look down in the basement. So I'm looking down the basement. It's, animatronics, but I don't know if Dream Me realizes that this is Five Nights at Freddy's. So I'm just like, oh, cool. This is weird, but it's cool. I guess it's all free. Well, technically no, because apparently like someone else owned the basement, and we just own the top floors or whatever, which is weird. That was that thing. But,
I mean, it could be renting situations, but
I guess I wasn't there for paperwork.
Yeah.
But so, anyways, I leave, and then I go to work or whatever. All of a sudden, there's videos and pictures and like news articles about me. There's a picture of me in the basement. Look at the animatronics, like, but like it looks like
who's looked at?
It looks like someone's like scoping, like sniping me. But like the picture of it,
got the crosshairs and everything.
Yeah, not the crosshairs, but like just pictures of me from far away. Like they're just like binoculars zooming in on me.
Like
which is weird because I'm in the basement. How did you? But there's pictures and videos and all these things about me on the social medias, and you good?
I'm just burping off.
Okay. And then basically all the articles was like, why is this person in my basement? I'm like, we just bought the house. Technically it should be our basement. But yeah, so then social media was just trashing me for being in someone else's basement.
Yo, dog, that's messed up. You're in his basement?
Yeah, I was being canceled for being in my basement. And then, but then as the day goes on, the animatronics, like, came alive. Like, had Five Nights at Freddy's. And they're just roaming around. Like, they're just roaming around the house.
I mean, that's not exclusive to Five Nights at Freddy's. Animatronics everywhere, even in the real world, always come to life and have their own personality.
Please fact check that. We don't want to.
I'm the fact checker. You can't say that I'm wrong.
We don't want to spread false information.
All animatronics everywhere that ever existed have been alive this whole time. Next time you go to Chuck E. Cheese doesn't do it anymore. Anyway.
You do. Chuck E. Cheese does it.
I don't think they do. I don't think they have like the animatronics and bands anymore. They have his mascot. It's been a while since I've been to Chuck E. Cheese. We're gonna have to go.
Still do. All right,
Let's do a vlog.
Future back to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
No, but so the animatronics comes to life at night. But here's the thing: they only roam in the basement because before you go to the basement, the door that like connects the basement and the house, the rest of the house, there was like a note that says like, "Hey, don't ever leave this door open."
Oh, okay.
Fair warning. Fair warning. But then I guess one day or something, I didn't close the door or whatever, so they got up to the house, and then when I came home, Brooke's parents were like, what's this stuff doing in our house? Because like they're not moving, they're just there. And so we had to bring it downstairs again, blah blah blah. Fast forward, like this was like a span of a week, but inside my dream it was weird. I couldn't really tell the days. It was weird. And then I came home from work or something one day, and then the house kind of just like turned into like a stadium. This is when things started getting trippy. It turned into a stadium.
So like the basement that did have a stage, was the stage like a stadium? Like the basement was a stadium, or the house was inside of a stadium?
What I'm picturing is that when we left, the house opened up and then the stage rose up and a giant stadium just formed around it. So now it's a stadium. Dream me is stupid, so like I'm going back to my house. Like I can't see the stadium. I'm just like, oh, this is just my regular house.
Yeah.
Opening the door, I'm like, as soon as I stepped, I'm like, hold on, something looks off.
My house is bigger all the time.
And it's like a stadium. It's like,
Who are all these people?
basically, like, have you ever been to like a baseball stadium or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, so like concessions and stuff. Like I'm going through it, but it's like it's empty. Like the hallways are empty. Everything's empty. All I can hear is like the Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics running around. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, this is weird. And yeah, and then all of a sudden there was like a mob of people from the town. Like I'm talking pitchforks and
like
fire.
an actual mob.
They're outside the house.
Canceled in real life too.
Yeah, they're outside the house yelling at me because I left the basement door open. They're like, you left the basement door open. Now there's a stadium in our town.
It's all your fault. You should have just closed the door.
So I'm getting chased by this mob outside my house, like outside of the stadium. We're just running around in circles. All of a sudden, like it just jumps scene, and I'm in the house. Everything's fine. The animatronics are down in the basement. Blah blah. I'm having a conversation with someone. They're like, "Don't open the basement door. Leave the basement door locked." I'm like, "Did I just time skip through that through the mob?" I'm like, "Thank God." But then all of a sudden, I guess the basement door just opened by itself, and the animatronics ran loose. And this time they're out for blood, and they're like chasing me throughout the house. And this is when like I felt my heart getting like really. I'm terrified at this point. Like, they're out to kill me. So I'm running around the house, whatever. I finally bust down the front door and close it. And I'm outside now. I'm outside, and all of a sudden, my consciousness was just like, hey, this is a dream. It's okay. And I'm like, okay, it's a dream. I'm in a dream. But instead of, like, changing the scenario, I can still hear the animatronics like banging on the door back. I'm like, all right, it's a dream. Wake up, wake up. So I'm like shaking my head. I'm like just shaking my head. I'm like trying to wake myself up. I couldn't wake up, and I couldn't change what was happening in the dream. But then like I just kept shaking, and then all of a sudden, boom, I am outside of my body, looking down at myself sleeping, and I'm just floating around my room. I'm like, did I just astral project? Because out of fear, I just astral projected. So I'm just flying around in my room. But I was too afraid to leave my room because I felt like there was something else that shouldn't be there. I felt another presence.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to chill. And then I'm like, I need to get back in my body. So I'm like trying to like get back into my body. It's like, I'm astral projecting. I'm just like laying back down. I'm like, oh my god, did I die? Like, was I so scared that I had a heart attack and died in my sleep, and this is just the in-between transition to life and death? And, yeah, that was my, I somehow woke up, but, yeah, that was it.
That's awesome.
That's terrifying. That's terrifying.
You didn't tell me about the whole, like, dream part of it. You just told me that you're like, dude, I think I astral projected last night, the night that you did it. And I was like, whoa, this is awesome. Because I've never astral projected, but I have heard stories of people who have. Yeah. And I had a split, like, I think where I almost astral projected a long time ago when I used to meditate constantly and stuff like that, where I was laying on the bed on my back, and I felt like I was sinking down into the bed while I was getting lighter at the same time. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know, I was just feeling that, and then all of a sudden it was like a shot tingled up my body. And I was just like, and then I woke up I didn't wake up, but because I was still kind of aware. But after that happened and I laughed, then I kind of opened up my eyes and it felt normal again. And I'm like, damn it. I was so close to separating from my body and running around everywhere.
Yeah, so I felt that too. But when I used to like meditate a lot more, like I'll close my eyes and I would like hone in on the frequency, like the high pitch frequency noise. Oh, yeah. Like I'll get my ears to like locate it and just focus on that. And I feel like the louder it got in my ears, the more I'll separate from my body. Like it was like the louder it got in my ears, the more I feel like I'm separated from my body. Yeah, yeah. And then especially if it's like I'm in a dark room, completely nothing, I feel like, especially when I'm meditating alone in the dark, I feel like that scene in Stranger Things where she's.
I thought you were gonna say Insidious.
No. Yeah, yeah. We're not doing Insidious, but how everything you just fall into a void and everything's just blacked out, and it's just you're in an open space surrounded by darkness,
like in the
the chamber thing,
sensory deprivation chamber. Yeah.
But yeah, and that's
so cool.
I keep trying to do it again, but it takes so long, I feel like, because now like I can't really clear my mind because there's a lot going on, so I can't really clear my mind, because every time I try to, something will pop up. I'm like, hey, remember this? Or let's think about this. Yeah. I'm just like, no, hey, over here. I'm trying to separate from my body. Please leave me alone.
I feel so calm and relaxed. Remember that time that you did that really stupid thing?
No, but but when you meditate, what do you see or what do you hear?
It's been a while. I've been out of practice of meditation for a while, but I want to get back into it. But from what I can remember, how I would meditate is I would just lay in bed. And I kind of started my meditation journey in the springtime, so I had the windows open and everything. Yeah. And I would just, like, focus on what's outside the windows, like birds chirping and kind of like wind blowing breeze and stuff like that. And that would, like, without trying to think of what the noise was, just being like, I hear that. And that's what I hear, and then just also focusing on relaxing my body, and then I just remember it would be like, I don't know, like I kind of take a little nap, and then I would wake up and I'd feel invigorated, and then the more I did that, without really noticing, looking back now I notice it, but without noticing at the time, I just felt more calm and relaxed in my life.
Meditation.
But also 2020 hadn't happened yet. COVID hadn't happened yet. Everything afterwards.
It was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
No. When I meditate, I usually I can see colors. It's weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's a thing or I'm just making things up. I don't know. I see it. Maybe I'm tricking myself too.
I mean, everything's a thing.
Yeah. Well,
it might just be in your head, but I have a color thing too, though. But I'll wait till you're done.
Well, yeah. Well, when I meditate, I'm like, I read it somewhere once where your body doesn't want to fall asleep or whatever, so it'll make you think you have an itch or something, so you scratch it. But if you ignore it long enough, you can
Then you pop out of your body.
something like that, something along those lines. Right?
Yeah.
So I remember one time after I just read this article about it, because everything on the internet's real.
Yeah.
So I'm just laying in bed in complete darkness, have my eyes closed, and I'm just focusing like my listening. I'm focusing on the high pitch frequency noise because I feel like that helps you. Like I feel like it's like
Also, you might have tinnitus, my dude, because I don't. but go ahead.
no, but like when it's quiet, you hear like a little low pitch like frequency noise.
Yeah.
To me, in my head, this. I haven't read anything about it. This is me making up whatever to make it make sense to me. I think it's like radio waves. You gotta channel in, and then once you channel in, you can access whatever.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense because everything is vibrating on its own like specific frequency and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like when I do it, I feel as if the noise gets louder in my ears to a point where it's like it might be like right here. That's how deep I concentrate on it to where it's like really loud in my head, and then I will fall like. That's when like your body's like telling you like, hey, there's an itch right here, scratch it to make sure you're still alive and awake. But then I ignore it. And I remember one time I did it, my body was just like, hey, over here, like scratch here. And I'm just like trying, like I'll feel, like when you lay in bed and sometimes you feel uncomfortable, so you like turn, you have to turn and stuff. Yeah, so I was getting all of those. It was like red flags all over my body. And I'm like, just ignore it. But the whole time I couldn't concentrate because I'm like, this is really itchy. This is really uncomfortable. I need to move. So that didn't work. But then after a while, once you like keep doing it, you start to feel more relaxed, and then those feelings go away, and then you can feel yourself drifting. The feeling of like when you're on like a roller coaster and you're going up. That feeling.
Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like whenever I was having my experience.
Yeah, so
almost experience.
Part of me, and that's when it's like in my head, I'm like, am I doing it? Am I doing it? Because like you hear the loud frequency noise, you're honed in on it, and then your body starts feeling like it's rising up, right? But then it's like part of your head, part of your brain's like, am I doing it? Am I doing it? Let me take a peek so I can see if I'm actually like out here. But if you do that, it ruins the illusion.
Yeah.
And then you fall back down.
Yeah.
So
kind of like what I did when I laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you go too long, then you just fall asleep. So it's like,
it took too long. I have a couple questions about, or I'll tell you my color thing answers first. My color thing real quick is I went to have Reiki done, or to have like a Reiki massage. It's not really a massage. For those of you that don't know, Reiki is kind of like a massage or energy massage for your chakras, which is like what my necklace is. I don't know. Should I go into all the chakras and stuff like that?
I mean, you can if you want.
I'm not gonna go in depth on the chakras, but they're just like energy points along your body, and they swirl. And when they're open and working properly, they swirl the energy around, and you're supposed to be like more of a whole being whenever they're all like working properly. But sometimes they can close down, or they can have like weird like reversal energy and stuff like that. Anyway, Reiki massage is supposed to help align your chakras and get the energy moving through your body properly. And I was getting into it. This is years ago when I started getting into this stuff also. Yeah. And I there was a local person that did Reiki massages, and she was a sweet, see, I don't know if she's still alive or not, but that's neither here nor there. I want to find out, because if she's gone, I'm going to be real upset. But
I'm sure she's still alive.
Yeah, she's fine. I went to her, and she was a sweet old lady, and she, like, I didn't know what to expect, and it was right before I started meditating hardcore, so I still had a lot of the monkey chatter in my mind. So I'm laying there, and she's got like nice music on in the background, incense fill the air, it smells nice, and then my eyes are just seeing black, in my head is like, I wonder what this is going to be like. I don't know. What am I supposed to expect? I'm kind of hungry. I'm supposed to meet mom after this. I wonder where mom wants to go shopping at, you know?
Yeah.
What does mom want to eat? I'm kind of hungry. Like, that's all in my head, like things going a million miles a second. And then like I can kind of feel her. Like, she doesn't touch you. The Reiki massages usually don't actually touch you. They
She's
just use energy
bending.
and crystals for it and stuff like that, which sounds woo-woo. So, you know, you can believe it if you want to or
Energy
whatever.
bending.
But what made it click for me that maybe this was real, like something real, chakras or however you pronounce it, are usually associated with colors. And while I was in my, like, completely black, my eyes are closed, my chatter's going, all of a sudden, I don't know where she was, but all of a sudden all the chatter just stopped. It was silent, and it's like just looking at a black, it was almost like you were looking down at blackness. And then all of a sudden it looked like someone took blue paint and poured from the top of my vision, and green paint and poured from the bottom of my vision into a bucket and swirled together.
I need some animators to
And
work
then,
on that.
yeah, it was just like blue, green, swirling together into like a little circle in
That's
the
your
middle of this
energies,
black.
man.
Yeah, and then I was like, you know, after that, the monkey chatter came back, and it was just like, I was just like, whoa, that was weird. What was that? Blah, 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 all this stuff. And then she tapped me on the shoulder, and I sat up, and she's like, how are you doing? And I'm like, I'm pretty good. She's like, you dozed off a couple times. And I'm like, because it just felt like, it literally felt like it was 10 minutes, but apparently it had been like a half an hour.
Yeah.
And so apparently I was
like
drifting off
time
and stuff like
skipping.
that. Yeah. And she got me a glass of water, and we were talking. She's like, basically, how do you feel? And I said, I feel okay. And then she said, without me saying anything first, she said, your solar plexus chakra was a little dampened, so I moved the energy with that. And she said, your throat and your heart seemed disconnected. And people who know their chakra shit are already like fireworks are going off. She said, I connected your heart and throat chakra because they seem disconnected. And that blew my mind because the color associated with the throat chakra is blue.
Yeah.
And the color associated with the heart chakra is green. So without us communicating that at all, like, she was probably fixing those energies when my mind was just like blue, green mixed together. And then I don't know, it was just crazy. And then after that, for like months after that, I felt amazing. Like, I felt good body wise, I felt good health wise, I felt good mentally wise. Like, I was just like on point. But
get rekeyed again.
Yeah, that's what I want to find out, if she's still around, because I haven't been there. I haven't been to see her for a while.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of times during COVID when I wanted to like call her and check up on her and stuff like that, and that I didn't, and I'm gonna feel guilty now if she. Nothing happened to her.
Yeah.
Positivity out in the world. Nothing happened to her.
I'm sure she's still she's
Yeah,
fine.
I hope so. She is.
No, every time you
Yeah.
talk about that story, or just anybody that brings up Ricky.
Yeah,
in
because I've
general,
told you before. Yeah.
Anytime someone talks about Ricky in general, I just remember that episode of George Lopez where he's talking to his wife, and his wife's like, I went to get a Reiki massage. And he's like, what's that? She's like, it's when they massage my energy and they don't touch me, just massage my energy, you know, whatever. And he's like, you pay $200 and you didn't get touched? What is this?
Mine wasn't $200 also, by the way. Mine
You paid
was
$200,
like,
he didn't even touch you?
yeah, mine was like $30. It was fine. But for the experience, I still wanted to pay $200, but it was cool. But yeah, so that's why I want to get back into meditating, and I want to reach out and see if I can get another Reiki massage, because I've been definitely disconnected from my body and from my energy's all messed up and stuff like that. But to get back to astral projecting, I wanted to ask you a question about, like, you said you woke up. Were you facing your body, or were you like looking at the ceiling and then turned around and look at your body?
So I think when I was like shaking, I just went, like, I'm laying down, I just went, I'm looking up. And then
okay.
in my head, I'm like, oh, I changed the dream. I changed my scenario, or my scene. So that's when I started like looking around, and then I turned around and I'm just like, that's me. Am I dead?
Oh shit, what am I doing down there?
So I did get, also I got scared. I felt a little fear until I saw, like, see, right now as I'm thinking about it, I don't know if it's me doing a false memory, but like it was like blue, like a ghosty, but I don't know if that's me telling myself to try to make it make sense,
to because you've seen it in movies before, so you're like, this is what it's like.
But I saw myself, like I was looking around and I looked down, I'm like, oh, that's me. But it was like, because now I'm having like two different two different pictures in my head, but they're both the same, like, video, just different filters. One's where it's blue and one where it's like night vision. Not night vision, but like I can see in the dark, like low night vision.
Not
like,
green night vision, but your senses are heightened.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those
I mean, that one makes sense.
Yeah.
Did you notice like an umbilical cord coming out of you, or like a light cord coming out of you connecting to your body or anything like that?
When I realized that and went to look for it, I woke up.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, because I've heard.
Yeah, because that was like the big thing. Like, once because I was conscious enough to know that I'm quote unquote dreaming or astral projecting.
Yeah.
But I wasn't conscious enough to think of questions or whatever, because I was paranoid.
To like things to look for, yeah.
Yeah, I was paranoid because I felt something.
All right, body check, umbilical cord. Damn it, I woke up.
Yeah, because so my thought process
Sleep
was
paralysis monster in the corner.
Yeah. So my thought process was I projected out, and I'm thinking, oh, I changed my scenario. I'm in a different scene now. As I'm looking around, I see myself in my room, and it's just darkness around me, which was also concerning. That's when the paranoia kicked in.
Yeah. So you couldn't see things in your room. It was just completely dark.
It was just my bed frame, and like everything I could see, quote unquote, clear, but it was dark because it was nighttime and I have no windows in my room.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I could see the room as if it was like all the details. I see it, but when it got to like the corners, that's when it was like kind of faded and dark.
Oh,
and that's when my paranoia kicked in. I'm like, what's hiding in the corner? And I'm looking around, I'm like checking all the things, like, this is my room, this is why I'm out of my body, and then I could feel a presence. I'm like, the worst thing I could do was try to look for it.
Oh, yeah.
But it was dark in my room, but my door's right there. I'm like, can I phase through my door? But I was too afraid to.
It's like, if I feel a presence in the room with my body, do I want to leave my body then?
Yeah.
Do I want it to become insidious?
Yeah, and I'm just like,
is kind of bullshit, and I'll explain because I have a theory.
Yeah, but like the door was right there, and like part of me wanted to go adventure, but another part of me was like, possession's a thing, maybe, or what if like I don't wake up and stuff like that. And then as I'm about to turn around to go. As I'm like going in my body, like trying to get myself awake, like I turn around, got in my body, and I'm like trying to get awake and stuff. That's when I was like, where's my umbilical cord thing?
Oh yeah.
And then that's when I woke up. But recalling, I didn't see it, but I wasn't looking for it.
Yeah.
So I also had,
truthfully, when you're walking around, how often are you aware of like your lower body when you're just like looking around at stuff? But it's just funny whenever you're like, get back in my body. I just picture like astral projection you just on top of your body, just being like,
it was one of those like comical like scenes where you just this ain't right. just,
yeah,
just
nope.
like, am I lining up right? I don't.
Wait a minute. I'm diagonal. Shit. There we go. Hand on hand. Like a puzzle piece. My theory that I have, and I'm sorry if you're listening or watching this high, it's gonna get spooky, but I swear there's a silver lining. But also, I could just be full of bullshit, and because this is all stuff that I've formed myself, my own opinion, or my own, like,
to make it
belief
make sense.
of it and stuff like that. Yeah. Because they say when you astral project, you leave your body. People who have astral projected have claimed that they see a light umbilical cord connecting back to their body. And I've heard that the astral plane that you go to is the same plane that you go to when you die, but the difference between whenever you're astral projecting and when you're dead is that umbilical cord is severed when you die. So and this is all just like stuff that I've heard. I don't have any like proof of any. I don't know how you would prove it or anything like that. Besides the people who say that they have umbilical cords, the astral plane is also. This is the scary part. The astral plane is also where a lot of low-level entities reside. And whenever I was looking up videos on how to train yourself to astral project, they like one of the things that they were saying was that just before you separate from your body, you will have slight paralysis, almost like sleep paralysis, but it doesn't last very long, and it's just like a transition between you leaving your body and all that. Which I don't know if you've noticed that or not.
I've had a lot of sleep paralysis before.
Yeah.
And every time I do, you always think something's in there, something's trying to get you.
Yeah. So this is the scary part. What if, because sleep paralysis is a part of astral projection, and the astral realm is where a lot of low-level entities live, what if sleep paralysis demons are real? And there actually is something around you whenever you are like sleep paralysis. You see like things around you and stuff like that, and you might feel like it'll be scary, obviously, because shit like that is scary. What if that is actually real, but they can't do anything? This is the silver lining, because a bunch of other stuff that I've heard is the reason why I think Insidious is kind of bullcrap. Is because everything that I've heard is us being alive. Mm-hmm. We are essentially like beings of light compared to low-level entities. And as long as you have like love in your heart and stuff like that, and this is where it gets weird and woo-woo and sappy and stuff like that. But like as long as your heart's good and you're like in the right place and stuff like that, like the lower level entities and possession and stuff like that isn't really like, you are more powerful than them.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're in the room with you and stuff like that, it might be scary, but the more that you give into that fear, the more that you lower your vibration. And that's what they want, so that they can get closer to you. Mm-hmm. But if you don't have that, in theory, then they just won't bother you. Because they're like, his power level is over 9,000!
If you want to possess my body, you gotta pay these bills, bro!
Yeah.
No,
it's like, that's fine, I'll live in the back of my mind. You take control.
Yeah.
You can...
I don't want to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
You just make sure you
But-
clock in for my shift.
Not actually. Don't say that. Because I don't know. Because I'm still messing myself up with that shit, which is why it's been so hard for me to get back
Well-
into like meditation and stuff like that. Because I'm
Yeah.
afraid of sleep paralysis, even though I believe this stuff, and I've never experienced sleep paralysis before in my life, so I don't know why I would start now. It's just like that kind of fear of that.
Yeah.
Even though I'm like saying what I just said, like they can't touch you. You freaking, you're light years ahead of them. You know, you're a being of light, and they're just a low level frequency vibrating at. You're a little shitbag, you little dick shit. But
He's got to degrade it. It gets smaller once you degrade it. Attack its masculinity.
yeah, it's like the It clown.
Yeah.
Like Pennywise, where you're just like, I'm not afraid of you anymore. And he's like, no. But yeah. Like that's my theory on it. So that could make you uncomfortable since you've actually experienced that stuff.
I always have like sleep paralysis from time to time. There are times where I do feel presence. There was a time, especially when you're in a bad mental state. That's when it's the worst.
Yeah.
But then, cause like I've been like, you know, a lot of things going on. Then you have sleep paralysis. I think they feed off that energy.
Yeah, that could also be, the presence could also be like a guardian spirit or something like that. Which you should be able to tell the difference between a guardian spirit and a like a malicious spirit or whatever. Because like if you feel fear, like if you feel like actual legit fear, then it's probably a negative one.
Not again, Wade.
Bitch.
Again.
No.
It's always
Let me see
Wade.
it. Let me see it.
Sucks.
It is. It's always me.
It's always Wade. Who is it?
Portfolio.
I don't know him.
I don't know. It's a junk call. But anyway, like if you feel a presence but you're not threatened by a presence, then it's probably like a what's it called? I was gonna say benign.
Answer it. Answer. Who is it?
Hello.
You interrupt our recording. Waste all of our film.
I'm calling from the United States Census Bureau. How are you today?
Shit, I didn't know that's probably real.
You just hung up on the
didn't
government.
say-
You just hung up on the government.
Yeah, they'll call back.
The FBI.
I don't have time for this. But
No recording.
yeah.
You lost your train
I've
of
lost. Oh, I was gonna say benign, because like the opposite is like malevolent.
Yeah.
Malevolent, is that?
Malicious?
No, malevolent is bad. Good, bad. Is malevolent anyway. You'll know that they're a good spirit if you feel them, but you don't feel threatened.
Yeah.
They're just there. It'd be like, or not even like, like just they're not there for any ill intent. Because usually what I've heard and experiences and stuff like that, and people who ghost hunt, because I have people in my family who know people who actually ghost hunt, and they say like their experience, like not like ghost what was that show called where they're always like, oh my god, whoa, oh, what's that sound, oh,
Ghost
what's that
hunters.
yeah, the ghost hunter thing. But they notice, like they'll talk about, they'll go into rooms and then they'll start to feel sick for no reason and stuff like that, and then it's like, okay, they'll be in there for as long as they can take it, and then they'll just leave, and then they'll like sage themselves afterwards and stuff like that. But that I've never felt that personally with anything that I knew of to really know, but that's what I think would happen if there were like a sleep paralysis demon in the corner that's like, I'm gonna eat your soul, and then you're like, you know, you feel
Be
like
gone!
you feel like negative about that. You're like, no, I don't want,
make me feel good.
I don't want you to eat my soul. How about you don't eat my soul?
Swiper, no swiping.
Yeah. Demon, no demoning.
No.
But that yeah.
I
Part
always,
of me wants to experience that stuff so then I can like rationalize what I'm talking about and stuff, but
yeah.
I also am like, I'm fine.
It's
I don't
it's
need
only
to.
it's scary because you feel something that could or could not be there, like
It's just unknown.
yeah, but you feel it and you can't move. That's my biggest
Yeah.
thing. I can't defend myself.
Yeah.
I'll fight a demon, but let me defend myself. I have no problem fighting. I'll probably lose, right? But you know, I'm going down swinging, okay?
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that I can't move and I feel something there, so I'm actively looking around. So in my head, if I see it, I mean, at least I know it's coming. But like sometimes like I don't want to deal with it. I just, you know, ignore it and just close my eyes. If I don't see it, it's not real. But if I do see it, there's times where I do see like shadows and stuff. But I think it's because you're in a transition of your body wants to sleep, but your brain's awake. So your motor functions are dead, but you're active. So you're just a vegetable. You're just like, all right, what's coming to get me? I will say that.
What am I a buffet for today?
Yeah, and that's the only thing about me. Like, if I can see it and I can move, at least I can defend myself. I'll run away if I have to. But it's the fact that I can't move and I just see it. Like you can't talk, you can't do anything. There are times where I'm like,
Can you think?
yeah, you can think.
Okay, yeah.
Like there are times when I have sleep paralysis and I feel something there, and like I don't see it, but I feel like it's coming closer to me, and I try to move. And in my head, I'm screaming, and I can't move. I'm like trying to like get my fingers to like move or anything. I'm just like little taps.
Yeah.
And like it's like waking up from a coma.
Yeah.
I've never been in a coma, but
Like the Kill Bill pinky toe.
yeah, but like you feel it coming, and then like in my head I'm screaming like get up, like ah! I'm like doing anything. I'm like yelling, and like as soon as I get like a little bit control, because like my motor functions are waking up, I'm like it's very sad. But that's what it feels like. Like I said, I have no problem
You're just
fighting a demon. I just want to be able to defend myself. I'll lose.
What if?
But
because I can't test it because it's never happened to me. What if next time that happens and you know it, since you know all this stuff, what if you remember what I told you, and what if you're just like, get, like leave me alone. I don't have time for this.
I will say, so Tony Antonio,
Yeah.
he told me about all of his sleep paralysis. We had to talk about this once, and he's got the worst
We
one.
should have him on the show.
I would love to have him, but he's in Colorado. Oh, probably shouldn't have said that. But anyways,
And Colorado's a big state.
yeah. But no, he says that I have sleep paralysis, and every time I wake up, there's just this demon sitting on my chest. Same one every time. I'm like, how can you say that so casually?
Because it's happened so many times. See,
Yeah.
when it happens
he's
the first
been-
time, you're like freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
But whenever it happens, like the you know, like the 10th time, you're just like, dude, not now.
Kevin, get off my chest.
Yeah. It's like, could you adjust your leg? You're kind of like digging into my ribs.
But I can't even, like, he says that he just sits on his chest and just stares at him. I'm like, well, this is not doing anything. Like, what it look like? Because that's my curiosity, it gets the best of me. Because I'm like, I want to see something different. I want to see something crazy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm terrified. But I want to see something crazy.
It's like, what does this demon look like? And you open up your eyes, and it's just like a black shadow with white eyes. And then it's like,
Really?
that to me is kind of more terrifying if I saw like a fully formed figure. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like just black with white eyes.
I see, and I don't know, because like I'm bored, but you know, I just want to see something crazy. You know,
Yeah.
that's my problem, especially when I have sleep paralysis. When I'm like, having astral projections in dreams, like I just want to see something that I wouldn't usually see.
Yeah.
Because I feel like reality is boring. I just want some excitement. I want to see something new.
Yeah.
That's why when I was astral projecting, I wanted to step outside the door and just roam around just to see something that shouldn't be there. Because I'm curious, and it's terrifying, but it's a little excitement, you know?
Yeah,
I'm like, you know, what am I going to get into today? So there was this one time I was dreaming, and it was lucid dreaming, because I became fully aware I was dreaming. I forgot what the dream was, like what I was doing in it, because I probably have it in my notes somewhere because I keep a lot of that, but basically I was doing something, whatever, then I became aware I was dreaming, which I don't know what it is. It's just random, but I know there's like some kind of cue where I've trained myself to like figure it out, but when I become fully aware, that's when I'm like, all right, let's stir things up. So in this particular dream, I remember,
like, all right, what can I mess up today?
Yeah. So in this particular dream, I remember like you're not supposed to ask the NPCs like what time it is, what the date is.
Oh yeah.
And then like when I became fully aware, for some reason my body, I guess like in my head I'm like, I think my body's about to wake up. I gotta do this fast. So I'm running around to all these NPCs. I'm like, what time is it? What date? What's today? Oh, what time is it? I shit you not. They just all looked at me and just start vibrating violently. They start vibrating.
Oh, no, he knows.
No, I was like, what's the time? And mind you, I'm not even waiting for the response. I'm like, what's the time? What's the date? What's the time? What's the date? I'm going to every NPC I know. And then like I caught sight of the one, because like they just start vibrating very violently, and I look back, I just see all these NPCs just and I'm like, what have I done? And it's like I just hit delete. I just hit delete on this world, and like a bright white light just like it nuked the world. All these NPCs, they're like deforming. They're like a nuclear bomb just hit, and they're mutating. And I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
And this is the messed up part. I'm like, I'm about to wake up. Deuces.
I don't have to deal with the repercussions of my actions.
And I woke up. I'm like, I won't see him again. No, my luck. I'm gonna dream, and then they're gonna be there like, you thought you could get away.
No, you just go into a dream, and the guy comes up to you, and he's like, "What time is it, bitch?" He's like,
surprise.
Like, what's today's date?
I'm strapped to a chair. They're all just surrounding me.
And then you start shaking. You're like, no.
The times where I do get when I become like fully aware in my dreams, it's like weird because you're like, you don't know if you're dreaming, but you're aware. I don't know. Does that make sense? So basically,
Kinda. I don't think I've ever had that, but yeah, kinda.
So basically, especially the dreams where you wake up in your bed, those are the trippy ones. Cause then you're like, oh,
I have one of those.
Yeah, it's like you wake up and you're like, oh, this is reality now. I'm back to reality. But then you go out, it's normal, and then just one thing, just like, when did dragons start flying? It's like, and he's like, oh, I'm still dreaming.
No, it's like the dragons seem a little bit off today.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. Dragons aren't real.
Yeah.
But do you have that often?
It depends. I don't know.
Do you have like dream within a dream often? Or
No, not often. Not like that. But like every now and then I will have a dream where it's like I wake up and I'm like, this is my reality, even though it's not. Like there was one time I woke up and it's just like futuristic Neo Tokyo.
yeah, this is where I live.
And I woke up and it's like, oh man, I'm gonna get some coffee today, and just
yeah.
And then just something happens. I'm like, wait a minute, something is off. That sign's not supposed to be.
Yeah. That sign was neon pink the other day. Now it's neon blue.
Yeah. And it's like one of those things where it's like, I'll go about the dream and then I'll realize too late, so I can't do any fun stuff.
Yeah. I've only had that happen once where the first dream, all that I can remember of it is real stupid. I was upstairs in my room, and my bed, like, you know how a bed frame is you know, 4 legs usually,
Yeah.
and then like square, right, or rectangle or whatever.
Mhm.
This was like my bed and mattress were on a triangle, so it was just teetering back and forth, and I'm just like on my. I'm like, this is fun. And then my mom opens up the basement door and she's like, wait, what are you doing up there? And that's not how she sounds. But she's like, what are you doing up there? And I'm like, nothing.
That episode of SpongeBob where Patrick's on the
On the
you have a quarter.
yeah. Oh yeah, on that. But then my phone started vibrating, like I heard like in the dream, and I was like, whoa. And then I woke up to not my bed,
Yeah.
and I felt awake. Like I felt like right now how like I can touch things and I can feel things and like super hypersensitive. And I grabbed my phone and I answered it, and it was my mom talking to me. And the whole time she's talking, she's just kind of like, hi, like talking normal. And I'm looking around and I'm like thinking, this isn't my bed. This isn't my room. Where am I? And then I'm looking, and I could vividly remember it before, but now it's fading because it's been a while. But I woke up and it was like a nice room with like white fuzzy carpet, and the comforter on the bed was like white and fuzzy.
Yeah.
And I remember because I was feeling it, like I was hypersensitive to all the feelings. And then there was a chair over by the door, which was in front of me, and it had pants on, like my pajama pants, right?
The chair has
sweep my
pants
underwear.
on, or it's just the pants laying on the
No,
chair.
there's a chair, and then the pants are draped over.
Okay.
This isn't Rick and Morty shit. So I get up and I'm still talking to Mom, but I'm just half listening to her because I'm looking around trying to figure out where, because I don't know, it's happened to me a couple times before, but I'll wake up on vacation and be like, why am I here? And then I'll remember I'm on vacation. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is normal. This was like that the whole time. I'm like, I don't remember going on vacation. I have no idea where this is.
Yeah.
I'm not with anyone else I know, so I don't know what's going on. I'm just talking to Mom. So I put on pants. I walk out the door. I walk down the steps, and it's like real fuzzy carpet, because I can remember feeling how fuzzy the carpet was, like in between my toes. I'm barefoot, and like it's just real soft. And I didn't have a shirt on. I just had pajama pants on, and the temperature was like perfect, like 75 degrees, like room temperature.
Yeah.
No chill, no, not too hot, no sweat. It was just perfect. And I remember walking down the steps, and as I walk down, the wall disappears when I'm walking down the steps. And there's like, I'm going down to the second floor of like a, 2-level, like a bed and breakfast type thing. Like in the middle, there was like a dining area down below me.
Yeah.
And there was, the middle column was like a big stone chimney with a fireplace at the bottom. And I was like, this looks pretty cool. And everything's like kind of like wood banisters, wooden tables and stuff like that. And it looked very Cracker Barrel-y. And but bright, not like dark.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around because I'm just still half listening to my mom that's rambling on about something, and I'm like, I don't know where I am. And then there's like a sliding door that goes out to a balcony outside, and I walk out there, and I'm looking. I go to the rail of the balcony, and I'm just looking out, and there's like a gravel road that goes up to a main road, and then there's like a green hill, and there's like a big silo over here. And I'm just looking, and I'm like, this looks familiar, but I have no idea where I am. And then there's a guy beside me, like an older guy. He had glasses on and kind of grayish hair, and I look at him, and I'm like, hey. I was like, hold on a minute, Mom, hold on. And I look at him, and I'm like, where are we? And he's like, oh, we're at Dog's Farm. And I'm like, okay. And then I start talking to mom again, and then I wake up in my bed.
Yeah.
And this is the first time and only time that I've had it since then, when I wake up and I'm like, is this real? Am I in my own real reality now?
You're in a time loop in your own mind.
Yeah. And then I wake up in my own bed, get up, go downstairs, eat breakfast, stuff like that. Like, it's fine. I ended up telling mom about it later, and she was like, "Ooh, that's weird." And then I remember I told one of my friends that used to work at a hippie shop around here, but she doesn't work there anymore. And she was like, "Wow, that's interesting, really cool." And then another guy was like, "Hey, oh shit." He's like, "Hey, how do you know it was a dream? What if you were actually in another reality?"
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that blew my mind. I'm like, that could be.
Maybe.
I have no idea. Oh,
Dreams
I
could
also Googled what dog, like I Googled Dog's Farm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there is no place in existence. There is no place in existence called Dog's Farm that I know of. It's not coming up on Google or anything like that. So I'm like, I don't know what place I visited. It wasn't in this reality. I might have
like Urban Dictionary,
multiverses or something like that. But yeah, that's it. That's
it. Could be. Dreams might be open
me in
door
another
to
reality.
Yeah.
Although I want to go back to that one where my bed's on a triangle and I'm just going.
This has been a fun episode. This has been
Yeah. Where are we at?
It's Jericho just stepped in the studio, so we're gonna end it here.
We're at an hour anyway, so we're good.
We're gonna end it here. Please like, rate if there's a rating, subscribe to our channels, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We out here. We're doing this. We're busting out content. Yeah.
Posting consistently.
Posting consistently. Happy Father's Day if you're because this drops on Father's Day. If you're
Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Except for you deadbeats. Yeah, we out here. We're gonna end it here. Five Guys.
Five Guys.
Yeah, we're gonna go Five Guys.
Five Guys sounds pretty
We're
good.
gonna record. Stay tuned for next week's episode because it's gonna be with Jericho. He just came in. And yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
Peace.